like this. Welcome back to Bear Cave Homestead. Yes, sheep and goats can live together. And it calmed this bitch down. That one right there. Huh, didn't it?
Goatzilla, get away from my fingers!
Hey, love, I have a question.
What?
How long did it take you to fill up that water tote, do you think?
I don't know, maybe like 45 minutes, including drive time.
Oh, including drive time? Okay. Cool. So today's video is about water. Recently, there was a news article about our current president apparently focusing on shower heads. So our last president, President Trump, overturned a rule or some regulation that was put in place that basically mandated all shower heads to be a low flow shower head sold in the US. He decided that's stupid. Let's get rid of that rule and people can choose their own shower heads. I know, weird, huh? And our current president decided to go back to that. And the statement was that they believed that that was enough water for people to use and get clean with. So politics aside and my own personal beliefs aside, I will share this. That's absolute crap. We can decide how much water we use and not. But the point of this is not that. It's that I made a comment on this article. Something about, you know, the king has granted us the ability to shower or something, whatever. And somebody had the typical comment back of, well, how dare they try to save the environment by reducing water? And I'm like, here's the thing. So this is a true reality and something we've learned a lot of. Having a low flow shower head, yes, there's fewer gallons per minute. Most people just take longer showers. So you're not really saving any water. Or, you know, something along that. What has to change is actually your habits, which we've done. We have been out here for over 2 years. For over 2 years, we have hauled every drop of water to this property. Sometimes the closest that we've gone to get water is about 1.5 miles, maybe 2 miles. Sometimes up to, usually the most common place we go is more like 5.5 miles. All on dirt roads, way out there. But that's how we get all of our water. So, you've seen older videos. If you have, it's all been 55-gallon drums. We now have totes that we're using. We actually have 3 of these. We've had all 3 of them on that trailer where the other 2 are now and brought them all up here full at once, or just one on the truck. We've gone from hand pumps to actually electric pumps running off the generator to reduce the time. Even with that, 45 minutes just to get the water, leave here, fill up, and get back here, and then the time to transfer. And with summer and the animals, and we're in the heat wave, although it's broken a little bit now, but we're doing that every week, sometimes even more. We've got a new camper that we're living in, and rather than setting up the barrels how we had the old one, we're just using the freshwater tank. It only holds 40 gallons. We're used to having 100 or 110 at a time. So there's been days where it's hot and we all need a shower and we fill that thing. We all take showers, do the dishes, and we're like, oh, we need to add more water. So the fact is, no matter what regulation you put into place to try and force people to save water, they're not going to, because that water is at their disposal. It's at your fingertips. And for us, that's not the case. Every drop of water we use requires us driving to get it and bring it up here. So that actually changes the habits. And I've told anyone, spend a month doing it and you'll rethink how you use water. Most certainly spend a week. Most certainly 2 years. 2 years have really taught us to think water. We have, for the first time, we have trees that are planted that we're having to water by hand, and all that water gets hauled up here. Now, you may be asking, why don't you get a well? Funny story, we actually are getting a well. We've paid the down payment and actually have the money sitting there. The well companies are always booked out way ahead of time, and then they have problems, and that pushes it more. So we were supposed to have it already, like right now. Like last week, I think, is when it should have been done. They had some equipment breakdowns and stuff while they were on other jobs, so it keeps pushing it out. So we are getting a well, at least drilled. Don't know how functional it's going to be right away, but in any case, that's kind of the story there. So we are getting a well. That's actually the reason why on both of these campers we're just using the fresh water tanks. By the time winter comes, should be able to just plug into the well and be fine. So that said, changing your habits is what will actually save, which is probably impossible to do completely when you just have water available. But when you have to haul it up, you really think about it a lot differently, and that's kind of where we've been. It's actually very much where we've been. I'm walking back and forth across this patch of dirt. I just backfilled a hole. But that's the main thing. You know, getting the low flow toilets and showers and all that. Yeah, that's good. That helps. But you know, I in the wintertime use about 2.5 gallons to shower. Being summer and really hot, the shower is kind of the only reprieve from the heat. I'm also much dirtier because I'm out here in the dirt working a lot. So I probably use 5 to 7 gallons for a shower, and that's me being excessive. We figured out with water, you know, we're being a little excessive with our water right now, to be honest, and we're going through about 200 gallons a week. And the reality is most people living in the city, they use that before they go to work in the morning. So, you know, that's with the water saving devices. So just kind of a little food for thought we wanted to throw out there. A big difference when you're living off grid, and that too, we've seen a lot of people that show up out here and they are determined they're going to make it, and we've seen people last a week to a couple of months. There's even one guy, he is making it, but he tried to have a swimming pool, and he's in the same boat hauling water, and he was trying to do it with drums, and it costs so much in gas and time, you just can't really actually do it. He ended up getting rid of the swimming pool, and I'm like, yeah, well, I mean, it's, you know, you gotta think things differently out here, and that's what it really is. If you're gonna make a move off grid or something like that, you're gonna have to be prepared to make huge changes. Huge. We drink, each one of us drink at least a gallon of water every day in the summer because it's so hot and dry out here. But all that has to be hauled up here, and we're able to do it. Just be prepared. And if you're not planning on making a move and you're just wanting to save, start thinking of water as if it's not unlimited supply. Think about, if I had to go and get water and bring it here for us to use, this is where you'd be. So anyway, that's my rant. Thanks for watching.